So I've just got a new lens and I thought I might as well do a quick unboxing on camera and talk about one of the features of this lens and give you some sample photos. I will do an in-depth review when I get back. In about a week's time, I'm leaving for Taiwan and Hong Kong, so I'll be using the lens out there quite a lot, also with my 28mm Summicron. So there will be a more in-depth review when I get back with more sample photos. But I thought I might as well unbox it in front of the camera and give you guys my first impressions of the lens. I've never actually seen this model. This is a new model. This is the Leica 50mm Summilux f1.4 a spherical version 2. I shouldn't do that really in front of the camera, but version 2. This has quite a unique feature to Leica lenses. They always come in such a nice box. I'm going to look down here every now and then because I've got another camera. That's the SL2S recording that angle, and this is the Panasonic S5 Mark II. And I have some notes on my iPad, so I'm going to look down there and look over here. So, oh, I've got general information pamphlet, and there's also the card where somebody signs it and checks the lens. I got this lens for a really good price, so that's part of the reason why I bought it. I bought it from rangefinder.com.hk. I buy all my Leica gear from them. There's a link to their store down below in the description. Got a bit of weight to it, and I will say that. Oh, there you go. So you get this nice leather pouch whenever you buy a Leica lens. Very good for traveling, these pouches. It's nice to keep the lens in it, keeps it protected. Even inside your bag, to keep it inside this, it means the lens doesn't knock against other items in there. Well, there you go. That is the Leica 50mm Summilux f1.4 a spherical version 2 for M mount cameras. That does feel bigger, chunkier than the version before this, which is the spherical, I guess. This is the spherical version 2. Yeah, it definitely feels a little bit chunkier. I'm not sure if it's heavier or not, I don't know, because I can't remember how heavy that lens was. So it's got the aperture ring at the front, of course, and it goes from f1 all the way around to f16. And you've got your focus. Most rangefinder lenses can only close focus at 70 centimeters. They can't go any closer than that because the rangefinder patch on rangefinders, this bit here that you focus with, can only focus down to 70 centimeters. Anything closer than that, it doesn't work. So most lenses, nearly all lenses, have a close focusing of 70 centimeters. It's at 70 centimeters, and if I turn more, it goes around to 45 centimeters. So this lens will focus down to 45 centimeters. That's part of the reason why I bought this lens. But you can only do that with live view on your camera or the EVF, or if you're on an SL2S or SL2, obviously you can just use the EVF or the rear screen. Really nice lens, got a bit of weight to it. So let's show you the front. So the front is an E46, if I remember right. Yeah, E46. I've watched some videos on this lens. There aren't many videos on it actually, but there are a few, and you turn the hood there. So it stays up and it stays up. It's not going to go down. You've got to twist it to put it back down again. There you go. A lovely piece of glass. So I couldn't find much information online about this part here, where this goes from 70 centimeters and then it switches into the close focusing. As you can see, it goes from white lettering to grey lettering. There's a little, I don't know if you can hear that. There's a little bump in it. If this was one of these cheaper Chinese lenses, I would say it was faulty, but this is a Leica lens. So basically it's a little tiny bump. You can feel it when you turn it. So you know you're going from 0.7 meters, 70 centimeters, and then you're switching over into the close focusing mode. It's very subtle, but you know it's there, which is nice. And that focus is so smooth. It balances really well on the M11P. Now the reason that I went for this lens obviously was for the close focusing of this lens, because it's nice to have that extra bit of focusing, because I do use an M11P and the SL2S. But my concern was using it on my MP. So that was why I was curious about this close focusing part on this lens, because I want to be able to use it on my MP as well. Actually, I'll put it on the MP so you can see what it looks like on the MP. There it is on the Leica MP. But obviously I can't focus past the 0.7 70 centimeters because the rangefinder doesn't focus that close. I could probably guess it, I guess, or I could use a tape measure like I do with my cinema lenses and measure. I think the line is about here. I think the film plane is about here, if I remember right, somewhere around here. So I could work out what that is and measure it, but that just seems like a lot of effort to me. That does look nice in there, and then obviously got the lens hood. So when you're focused at its closest focus in 70 centimeters, it does block a little bit of the viewfinder, but then when you're at infinity, it's hardly blocking anything with the viewfinder, to be honest. So it's not too bad, but it does look quite nice on there. So before I go to Taiwan, I want to put a couple of rolls of film for the MP with this lens, basically testing this lens on my MP, because I get all of my film developed in Taiwan. Now the film I've got is Kodak Gold 200. I have some JCH Street Pan. I really like this film, and I can shoot this at 200. That's not a problem. I don't have to shoot that at 400. I've got Acros 2, which is a 100 speed film. And I also have some Portra 400, which I'm going to shoot at 200 because it looks better at 200, I think, than 400. So let me know down in the comments section which two films you think I should test on the Leica MP and the 50mm Summilux. And I'll do that this week, and then I get that developed in Taiwan, and then I'll get the video out when I get back from Taiwan and Hong Kong. I've got a nice project lined up in Taiwan and also in Hong Kong, and I'm going to catch up with a really good friend in Hong Kong, probably one of the best street photographers on YouTube. Really good friend, and probably end up just chatting the whole time we're there. So let me know which two films you think I should shoot down the comment section. Just about to take the lens off my MP, and I've just noticed something. The button here, there's a release button here. You can hardly get to it because the lens is so fat. It's like, hang on a minute. No, I can't do it, hang on. Yeah, there you go. I can release it, but it's a little bit tight. There it is on the MP, and the button's fine on here. Look, I can get to that release button, no problem. Some of the photos you're about to see will be in a Dropbox folder, and a link to that Dropbox folder will be down below in the description. So you can head over there and download some of the photos and check them out for yourselves. Now, all the photos were taken with the M11P and the Leica 50mm f1.4 Summilux Spherical 2 close focusing lens. There you go, look. Which is so weird to do that on a Leica lens.